The next kind of equation we're going to solve has variables on both sides. And so the challenge is we don't just have to get the variable by itself, we actually have to first get the variables all together in one place and then get the variable by itself. So we have an extra step to do in the beginning. So I'm going to do an example, and then you're going to try a problem, and then we'll continue like that, and then you'll have a chance to practice on your own. So here's the key. When you're solving an equation like this, you need all the variables together first. So notice I have some variables over here, and I have some variables over here. Okay, they can't be in two places. That's not okay. So what I need to do is get the variables either off of this side or off of this side and get them all to one side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter which side I choose to move the variables from. It just matters that I get them all in one place. So I'm going to show you one way and I'm going to show you another way so you can see that I end up with the same answer, and you're going to see there's only really like one difference between the two methods, but I want to show you that it doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, so I have variables over here and variables over here. So one option is I could say, you know what, I don't want variables on the right side, so I'm going to get rid of the variables. So how do I get rid of this 5x? Well, it's a positive 5x, it's being added to 3, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract it. Okay, and then if I subtract 5x on one side of the equation, I have to subtract 5x on the other side. Now, I have to subtract it under the like term, so this has an x in it, so I'm going to subtract it under the 7x, which also has an x in it. So this cancels. I'm left on this side with 3. 7 minus 5 is 2, 2x, and then I'm going to bring down minus 5. And now what I'm left with is just a sort of regular two-step equation. And so I need to get the variable by itself. It's being multiplied by 2. 5 is being subtracted. So I'm going to do addition and subtraction first, right? Let's get rid of this 5. It's minus 5, so I'm adding 5. I get 2x equals 8. And then I'm going to divide by 2 to get my answer of 4. Okay. Now what I want to show you is that, let's say I had made a different decision at the beginning and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to get variables off the right side. I want to get variables off the left side. Right? Well, so then I said, well, I'm not going to subtract 5x. I want to get rid of the 7x, and I'm going to subtract the 7x. Okay, so this cancels. I'm left with negative 5. 5 minus 7, these are different signs, right? There's a positive 5 and a negative 7. They're different signs, so I subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2, and keep the sign of the larger number, which is 7, so it's negative. And then bring down the plus 3. So now I need to get this x by itself. Start by getting rid of addition and subtraction. And then my last step is to divide by negative 2. And I get a negative divided by a negative is a positive. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And so I end up with the same answer. Okay? So notice that as long as you just pick a side that you want to get rid of the x's and do it, you're fine. So you're going to try this problem now. And it doesn't matter which side you decide to get rid of the x's on. Just pick one and do it. Okay? So you're going to try this problem next.